turning a simple line in the early 2010s commercial to becoming a powerhouse figure both in the NFL and outside of it. Jake from State Farm has leveled up to icon status. He's owning the spotlight as one of the industry's hottest faces and bagging commercials left, right, and center. But as his popularity hits the stratosphere, we're left with one burning question. Who on earth is this khaki-clad man, and how did he become the face of the NFL for insurance? Stick around till the end of this video as we uncover the secrets of this internet sensation. But before we dive into the juicy details, let's take a stroll down memory lane to 2011, the birth year of Jake from State Farm. Originally just a character in a commercial, Jake has evolved into more than your average State Farm agent, and it was all because of the insurance company's State of Unrest campaign. The commercial begins with a man at his home talking on the phone in the middle of the night in a hushed voice as if he's doing something wrong and doesn't want to get caught. But when his wife catches him red-handed and asks who he's talking to, he responds, "Jake from State Farm?" The wife doesn't believe her husband because she thinks he's actually talking to another woman and cheating on her. So when her husband hands the phone to his wife, she asks Jake what he's wearing and he tells her, khakis? The commercial ends with a voiceover saying that people stay with State Farm because they're a company that's always there for you, even in the middle of the night. A couple of years down the road, this commercial is still rocking the airwaves. It even made an appearance during the Supernatural episode on the CW, hitting 2.76 million viewers. Why? Because State Farm knows how to turn the typically dull topic of insurance into something fun, exciting, and downright memorable. Admit it, you can belt out the jingle and quote the Jake from State Farm commercial in your sleep. Fast forward a decade, and State Farm decided to shake things up by dropping a revamped version of their iconic ad. Out goes the original Jake, and in comes professional actor Kevin Miles to take the reins. Now, for diehard fans of the OG commercial, this might have felt like a tough pill to swallow at first. Change can be tricky, right? But hold on, despite initial reservations, the majority of viewers eventually warmed up to the new face of State Farm. And guess what? This switcheroo opened the floodgates for a whole new wave of advertisements, promising more laughs and memorable moments to come. Who knew a khaki-clad character could have such a lasting legacy? Miles began starring in the insurance company's commercials in 2020, replacing Jake Stone, who played the character in the now infamous ad from 2011. So, who exactly is Jake from State Farm? Well, if you ask former Chief Agency Sales and Marketing Officer Rand Harbert, Jake isn't just a single person. He represents the combined efforts of 19,000 State Farm agents and 58,000 employees, showing their dedication to making a positive impact and helping others. But how exactly did Kevin Miles land this coveted role? After auditioning in Los Angeles, he found himself in a room with 40 actors for the callback, some of whom he recognized from previous work. Despite the nerves, Miles pulled through and landed the role. So what happened to the OG Jake? To those of you who don't know, his actual name is Jake Stone, and the company discovered him through an internal casting call. Stone, a former State Farm employee, left his job after the commercial but hasn't ditched the khakis. In a recent update, he's working as a bartender in Normal, Illinois, and is happily married with 2 kids. And yes, he's still rocking those iconic khakis, with the original pair hanging at Pub 2, setting the record straight on any khaki-related rumors. The legacy of Jake from State Farm lives on, with a new face, and State Farm couldn't have chosen a better person for the role. Before stepping into the khakis, Miles was an aspiring actor with a few minor roles under his belt, including appearances in shows like Criminal Minds and SWAT. However, the role of Jake has proven to be a game changer, opening up numerous opportunities for him. And one of those opportunities happens to be becoming the newest star in the NFL. Enter the era of Drake from State Farm. The winds of change blew strong, and State Farm seized the opportunity during the 2021 Super Bowl with a game-changing advertisement. This star-studded commercial featured not only new Jake from State Farm, but also the lineup of A-list celebrities, including the one and only Drake, dubbed as Drake from State Farm. Joining him was the hilarious Paul Rudd, along with football powerhouses Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs and Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers. Before this epic Super Bowl ad, Aaron Rodgers had already been making waves in multiple State Farm commercials, often paired with Green Bay Packers linebacker Clay Matthews. In these ads, Clay played the role of a sidekick with his natural talent, whether they were tackling flies or navigating drones, adding a touch of comedic flair. Post the introduction of the new Jake from State Farm, Patrick Mahomes stepped into the spotlight with solo commercials in the State Farm campaign. My favorite moment from the Patrick Price commercial was when Mahomes thanked Jake for supposedly special insurance rate for being a champ. But the plot twist is that Mahomes' special price was just State Farm's standard great deal available to everyone, not just NFL stars. But during his collaboration with Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, Kevin Miles actually formed a close bond with the dynamic duo. In an interview before Super Bowl 57, Miles referred to Mahomes as his brother and talked about the honor of working with such a talented and enjoyable individual. He praised Mahomes for his professionalism on set while keeping the atmosphere light and fun. Jake posted videos of the three on his Instagram, referring to them as his squad. On the Dan Patrick Show, Jake said he sees Rodgers as his Uncle Aaron and Mahomes as his brother, and said that he couldn't say who he'd be rooting for in the Super Bowl if they were to play each other. He said he'd hate to see any of them not win a championship since they're both champions and he wants them to win. Miles' connections don't stop with Mahomes or Rodgers though. He's also spent quality time with Travis Kelce, another member of the Chiefs and part of the Mahomes and Maotto State Farm campaign. But did you know that Ryan Reynolds' marketing company orchestrated this viral moment, Maximum Effort? Miles or Jake from State Farm was sneakily placed into the Kelce suite during an NFL game. This clever move sparked a new round of viral excitement. With State Farm's support, the Kelce duo on board, and Taylor Swift involved, the Fox broadcast featured Donna Kelce chatting with Jake from State Farm during the game. Miles also shared a video recreating a past viral moment by walking down the stadium hall next to Jason Kelce. The result? A social media explosion, multiple news stories, and headlines like Donna Kelce hangs with Taylor Swift and Jake from State Farm in an eventful day. The Eagles center, Jason Kelce, sent out a tweet on X saying, "I also have a superstar in my corner, at Jake State Farm." Miles also posted a selfie of himself with Donna on X saying, "In my Red era with Mama Maotto," referring to Swift's album Red, Taylor's version. Kev expanded his connections and also spent time with Derrick Henry, who now features in his own State Farm commercial. Even basketball sensation Caitlin Clark from Iowa joined in some of the State Farm ads, and we were lucky enough to get a sneak peek at their interactions with Miles on the Jake from State Farm Instagram account. Miles continues his journey with State Farm. His network of athlete co-workers and friends keep growing. With the positive relationships he's built so far, it'll be fascinating to see where his path leads and who he collaborates with next. So who would you love to see team up with Kevin in the next blockbuster NFL and State Farm commercial? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.